Congressman, can you point to a single terrorist attack in this country that was carried out by a Syrian refugee?
I think you could look at DHS records and see that refugees in general have often been the cloak under which terrorists do move from country to country, and we do not know who's coming in our country. And I think
but
that's
Congressman,
a good thing.
I asked if you can point to an event that you think justifies this ban that has endangered or killed American people.
Let me point to it. Fort Hood, Orlando, San Bernardino, terrorist attacks around the world.
All right, so let's go through. Congressman, let's go through every single one of those, because when you look at San Bernardino, Congressman, when you look at, but you said something that's not factual.
Because you're not letting me finish the sentence. And the rest of the sentence is all of these security or the terrorist attacks have to do with who's coming in, how long have they been there, where are they being radicalized, and what's happening with this order. It's part of a greater security goal. One of the things that Trump never gets credit for is how do people become radicalized, and that's part of what he wants to put on the table. And I think in the case of Fort Hood and Orlando, those are questions. How do these people who are already here, how do they become radicalized?
All right.
So to me,
Congressman, you're talking about American citizens. I want to correct this for our viewers. Nidal Hassan, the Fort Hood shooter, he was born in Arlington, Virginia. His parents were parents were Palestinian.
Poppy,
when you look at the
San
Bernardino, it is your point. You're saying that this is justification for the ban. The San Bernardino shooters.
This is all part
the San Bernardino shooter, Saeed Rizwan Farouk, was born in Illinois. His parents were Pakistani. His wife, Tashfeen Malik, was born in Pakistan, lived in Saudi Arabia, came to the United States.
Okay,
the attacker in Orlando was an American. So how is that justification,
because
Congressman?
This is all part of the defense against terrorism, and it's all part of immigration security. Knowing who's coming in, knowing who's here, knowing how they get radicalized, this is all part of immigration and terrorism, which is what the president ran on and what he said, look, we're going to kind of clean up the mess. We need to know who's in our country and what they're doing.
Congressman, most of those people you just pointed to are American. Most of those people you pointed to are Americans who were born here.
Poppy, don't you think it would be a good idea to find out why they're radicalized and what happens to them? I think it would be.
Of course I do, Congressman. And as you well know, much of this radicalization is happening online. Much of this radicalization is happening online.
But this is part of his comprehensive approach to cracking down on terrorism, and border security is part of it. And so knowing who's coming in here and what they're doing.
Then why is it that no country, none of the 4 countries where the 19/9/11 hijackers came from, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Lebanon, and Egypt, are included? If that is why not include any of those countries in this ban?
You know, if it gets to that we need to include other countries, and that's in the national security, we need to do that. But as you know, Saudi Arabia is an ally of ours, and so many of these, Egypt is, and so many of the other countries where the hijackers came from. But this is all part of the comprehensive plan that Mr. Trump's trying to get a grip on. And so, you know, if you pick apart one part and say, okay, this is horrible, therefore the whole plan falls apart, but it's not. You know, for example, building the walls part of this, increasing Border Patrol and ICE agents, this is all part of it. So again, it's a comprehensive plan to crack down on immigration security in order to get a better grip on terrorism and the threats to America.